Okay. Hey guys, so I came back on to do just one more reading. It's going to be a collective. Okay. So I'm going to try to make this pretty short because I am really drained already and I don't plan to be on here for a pretty long time. But I wanted to show you guys this Moroccan geode that I got from my local crystal shop here, and it's just so beautiful. I don't know, for whatever reason I just feel prompted to show you guys this. So I don't know, for whatever reason I feel like I should tell you guys, if you guys feel drawn towards making a purchase, something that you really have been wanting to invest in, then maybe this is a sign to do it. I don't really know, but I really love this geode here. Also, I'm feeling here that there are a lot of people that are fans of you. This is a collective reading, but Spirit maybe, talking to a small group or a particular individual here. So just again, take what resonates and don't force the message if it's not your story. Please don't. It's really confusing for you, and I know that. So just please try to be as honest with yourself as possible when it comes to readings in general. If it's not your reading, then hopefully, your energy will get picked up in the next live that I do. So if you're not following me here already, I encourage you guys to hit the follow button or subscribe to my channel. Of course, your energies are collectively going to be picked up more likely than not. But as well as obviously if you join the lives. But I'm going to stop talking now. But I feel like somebody needs to hear the fact that you have more admirers than enemies. Somebody needs to hear that. I feel like there are people around you that, think that you're a breath of fresh air. It's like when they look at you, it's almost as if like they look at a long lost friend, or somebody that they have been yearning to meet for a long time now, because you make people feel like they can be themselves and they can be safe and understood around you. Yeah, I'm hearing you're a diamond in the rough. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like somebody here needed to hear that. Because maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody here or the collective here has been focusing more on the hate that you've been getting, or the criticism that you've been getting. And you've overlooked the fact that there are people that also do admire you. And also, just because certain people have critiqued you or have criticized you doesn't necessarily mean that's all they see in you. Sometimes people try to criticize us because they're also trying to make us better, but maybe it doesn't come off in the right way. But that isn't the whole picture, right? But sometimes we get so focused on the bad that we forget about the good that we have to offer or that we bring to the table. And I don't know, maybe you just needed to hear that. So I'm going to pull a Prism Oracle and see how you're doing. How is the collective doing, Spirit? How is the collective reading? Or what? How is the collective doing? Okay, we have Death in the reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have Caution. Of course. I don't know. Somebody here may like neutrals. I don't know why. But these aren't even really neutrals, but for whatever reason, I'm thinking about neutral colors, maybe browns, I don't know, browns, tans, very earthy kind of tones, maybe with a splash of yellow. No, I'm just kidding. But really though, somebody could have a very kind of like down to earth vibe, or be really drawn towards wearing earthy tones or neutral colors. I'm hearing like monotone. I don't know, for whatever reason, you don't see the sparkle or light in yourself that maybe other people see in you. It's like maybe when you look at your wardrobe and you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, oh man, I just feel drab. Is that even still a word today? I don't know. I'm stuck in the early 2000s, I guess. I don't know, maybe you have a lot of clothes from the early 2000s. I'm not really sure. Maybe that was your era, your generation. But I don't know, it's just like you feel so worn, you feel down, and I feel like you could really use a shopping spree. Obviously, if you can afford it, or somehow play with your closet, so at the very least you can use the same clothes, but maybe, like, I don't know, add accessories, or like make it unique in some way, make it different. Let's see what else we have going on here. That's funny. Let's see what else we have going on here for the collective. Oh, I need to re-roll this one. Okay. So we have Mercury. You may talk to yourself a lot, and you may tend to over communicate when you're expressing yourself or when you're explaining something. That's something that I'm getting here. It's either like you talk a lot, but I feel like it's more of like you talk to yourself a lot. Like when you talk out loud, you just kind of ramble. I don't know where this is coming from, y'all, but some this is for somebody. We have Scorpio energy, and then we have the 4th house. Yeah. So I actually really feel here that somebody here is definitely a homebody. You like to be at home, stay at home. Maybe you just mainly communicate with close friends or family members or people that you have to share the same space with. Let's see, what else? Also, maybe people don't realize or people don't understand your way of communicating with them. Okay? It's like when you're communicating to yourself, maybe it makes sense, but somehow when you communicate with somebody else, it doesn't really translate, or you feel like you have a frog in your throat. With this Mercury and these watery energies here, it's like there's a barrier to communication, maybe that you feel and maybe what you struggle with. And so because of that, you may feel isolated. You may pull yourself back a lot because you just don't really want to maybe exert a lot of effort towards communication, because you automatically assume you'll be misunderstood. And with a caution card here, I feel like you also read energy, but sometimes I feel like you read too much into things because of paranoia and feelings of rejection. So I feel like because of that, you sometimes project, and you may not even realize it, is what I'm feeling here. Not to say that you don't read the room accurately, it's just that I feel like you have so many self-defeating voices in your head about yourself and about expressing yourself and communicating your thoughts to others, that you kind of shut yourself down before you give others an opportunity to, you know? And why would you give others the opportunity to? So I get it, I understand. So you want to cut people so you want to cut people off sometimes. You do. You want to cut people off sometimes, and you may kind of like live in your own little happy fantasy world, and that's fine. I completely understand where you're coming from. Trust. But you know, this anxiety that you're feeling, it's not very comfortable, right? And so I know you may fight me on this, but I feel like you do need to open up a little bit more. Maybe you're like, I kind of like my own company. I like spending time with myself, but Spirit is kind of like trying to encourage you, like, hey, you know, with this Mercurial energy, you are nurturing by nature. You're here to, in a lot of ways. Sorry, hold on one second. You're here to communicate with people in an emotional way. There's an emotional intelligence that you have that you're meant to utilize when it comes to connecting with others, especially with this Mercurial energy. These are friendships, close companions, close family members here, people in your community even. Okay, so don't shut yourself down. I said I wasn't going to make this a long reading, and I feel like I'm slowly but surely like making this a long reading. You're building up on time here. Let's see. Spirit, what would you like to say to the collective resonating with this? We have bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, we have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. So yeah, I feel like this is healing, right? For me, this reminds me of the Star card. And the Star card talks about healing. In a lot of ways, regeneration, rebirth, embracing change as well. So I feel like Spirit is saying like, hey, you know, yes, you're meant to nurture and to give. But you also, with this air energy here, you're also meant to communicate with others in a loving kind of way. You know, and also with Aquarius energy, I was talking about, like, I did say the Star card, right? It was kind of funny because I brought my, at the beginning, before I even shuffled and all that, I showed you guys the newest crystal that I got, my geode here. I believe this is a Moroccan geode, if I'm not mistaken. But I said that a lot of people see you as the star, but it's sad because, you know, you don't really see it in yourself. And here we have the new moon in Aquarius here. You're a breath of fresh air for a lot of people, you know. And so people may see your softness here, but maybe for you, you don't feel like that brings any strength to any situation. Maybe you see it as a sign of weakness. Maybe you do see it as a strength, you know, when you're in your own corner, when you're in your own space. But, you know, in public, you found maybe that this doesn't have any value to a lot of other people, and therefore you may shut yourself down in public situations here. Okay, but I feel like you have to rewrite your narrative in some capacity from people, and it may be for good reason from the past, but I feel like this is you've changed a lot, and so in some ways you're projecting an old story into your future, and that may not be how it's going to play out. So it's like Spirit saying, like, you need to give this a chance. Let's see. I'm gonna pull two cards, just two, and that'll be it. collective that's resonating with this. Okay, that's too much. Okay, we have the Four of Feathers in the reverse. And we have the Angel of Alchemy, the Swan. Bottom of the deck, we have the Snake, Ace of Branches. Yeah. I'm going to put this over here. So yeah, coming out of your shell, it gives you a lot of anxiety. Also choosing a direction to go also brings about a lot of anxiety, brings up a lot of fears, and this is what you're trying to heal and alchemize or transform here with the Angel of Alchemy. Because, you know, look at this, we go from this bird kind of like holding on to a lot of negative energy here, and it being released, the change in color, right? You're meant to have a brighter perspective, a higher perspective in things, rather than operating from a fear-based energy, right? This is elevating your perspective and feeling lighter for it, feeling less burdened by it. And also we have that transformation, right? This is the shedding of skin, shedding of an old narrative, shedding of an old identity, so to speak, as well. All right, guys, that is the collective read. Again, if you ever want a reading from me, you can check my bio for information. Okay, I take payments through Cash App and Venmo, and whenever I'm live, you guys can always, you know, donate, and I could always do your reading after the collective read, or after the readings I do, typically, unless I say that I don't have time for it. So definitely watch out for that. All right, guys, I'm going to go. Have a good night. If you resonated with this, please like and hit the follow button if you haven't already, and or maybe even subscribe to my channel, which is Soup for the Soul Tarot. You can find me through the link in my bio. All right, guys. See you guys hopefully tomorrow. Bye.